Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the Scottsdale Development Review Board public meeting. The purpose of the Development Review Board is to maintain the quality of development in Scottsdale by reviewing all of the design aspects of a proposed development and the relationship of its design components to the surrounding environment and community. The board also reviews the preliminary plats for subdivisions to assure conformance to policies and ordinance requirements. The agenda consists of the roll call, public comment on non-agendized items, administrative report, minutes approval for the prior meeting, and action items. The roll call vote will be taken after each item's motion. The liaison will read each board member's name to indicate the desired vote for that item. After the vote has been counted, the liaison may read out the final vote. Citizens wishing to speak during the public comment time or to speak specifically on any agenda item may fill out a blue request card to speak and take it to the staff table before the agenda item is discussed. Citizens interested in submitting a written comment on any item may submit a yellow written comments card in person to the staff table, right over here, prior to the beginning of the public testimony. When called, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and then begin speaking. Groups wishing to speak should elect a spokesperson to represent the views of the group. To facilitate the meeting, your comment will be limited to 3 minutes for individual speakers, with 1 additional minute for each additional individual present at the meeting who has contributed their time to a representative speaker, up to a total of 10 minutes. I remind our audience that the board's review relates to the design matters and does not include consideration of existing zoning district designations, zoning entitlements, or the allowed uses within the zoning districts. The board's motion may be to approve with modified stipulations, or to deny the request, or to continue the case. And thank you for your time and your interest, and we will now begin the meeting with the roll call.
Councilwoman Littlefield.
Present.
Vice Chair Brand.
Here.
Board Member Robinson. Board Member Pieser.
Here.
Board Member Fakih. Board Member Mason.
Here.
Commissioner Scarborough.
Here.
By present. Thank you.
Okay.
What's going on.
We have a quorum. Thank you.
In a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, public comment on non-agendized items. Citizens may address members of the Development Review Board during public comment. Public comment time is reserved at the beginning of the meeting for citizens to comment on non-agendized items that are within the Development Review Board's jurisdiction and is limited to a total of 15 minutes. Arizona state law prohibits the Development Review Board from discussing or taking action on these non-agendized items. Speakers may submit a blue request to speak card beginning at the beginning of the meeting, and public testimony is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Okay, written comment is also accepted for non-agendized items and may be submitted in person at the hearing or electronically at the Development Review Board website. Written comments submitted electronically will be emailed to the Development Review Board members, but I think that's a little late for that at this time.
Yes, we do not have any public comment for non-agendized items today.
Okay, thank you. Do we have an administrative report, Mr. Carr?
Yes, thank you, and welcome Councilwoman Littlefield, Commissioner Scarborough, for your 3-month rotation here. I want to apologize up front for the technical difficulties. Got started a little bit late on that, but yes, for today's administrative report, just want to highlight what's coming up on some forthcoming agendas. We are meeting next week. As a reminder, we have back-to-back meetings, so next week we will be meeting. We have one item on that agenda as well. That is the Banner Health Campus and the first building for that campus, which is a medical office building. That will be presented to the board next week. So you should have received an agenda that was sent out just before noon today on that item, so if you have the opportunity, take a look at that over the next week for that item. Following that meeting, 2 weeks after that, we have on October 3rd, several items on that agenda. It's going to be a little bit fuller agenda for that particular meeting. We have another plat on that meeting. We also have a couple of minor DR applications, another project in the one Scottsdale development, Planning Unit 2 there, called Atavia, another multifamily development, as well as a hangar. And finally, we will be reviewing on the regular agenda the ASM Scottsdale project, which is in the same area as the Banner project and in that Axon slash Optima area on Mayo Drive and 101. So we'll be seeing that project here on October 3rd. So you'll be hearing from a representative from that group shortly. And then I think we also have an agenda planned out for 2 weeks after that on October 17th. We have a couple items on there that we'll probably be seeing as well. So I think it's going to get a little bit busier than it had been over the last few months here at the DRB, but hopefully we'll see all of you here next week. And that concludes my administrative report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions, comments? Okay. Moving on then. Move to the approval of the August 1st, 2024 Development Review Board regular meeting minutes.
I'll move to approve the regular meeting minutes of August 1st, 2024 Development Review Board meeting as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye? Or push the buttons, I guess.
Aye.
Working. Oh, roll call. Different group. Okay, sorry about that. Can you give a roll call?
Councilwoman Littlefield,
Yes.
Vice Chair Brand,
Yes.
Board Member Pieser,
Yes.
Board Member Mason,
Yes.
Commissioner Scarborough.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Wrong meeting. Next, we do have something over there which is not good. An action item for tonight, and it's actually a consent agenda item.
Yes, Madam Chair, and
Do we
you
have
can just
some-
go straight into asking if there's any questions from the board on that. Otherwise, could get a motion on that as well.
Okay. I was going to see if there were any comments from staff on this at all.
I don't believe we have
do
any
that?
comments from staff and no public comment as well.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, may I have a motion to accept the consent agenda item?
Motion to accept the consent agenda item.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
May I have a roll call vote?
So that motion, if we could reword that to approve consent agenda item.
Motion to approve.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Councilwoman Littlefield,
Yes.
Vice Chair Brand,
Yes.
Board Member Pieser,
Yes.
Board Member Mason,
Yes.
Commissioner Scarborough.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you very much. That is the only item on our agenda today. So if there are no other issues to come before the board, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Councilman, so moved.
So seconded.
We are adjourned. Thank you.